do a horn test. This is the dash of the all-new 5 Series. There's no shortcut buttons on the dash. Spare tire right there, which is very cool. It's still a joy to drive a 4-cylinder BMW. This is one of the best value 5 Series that you can get. Hey guys, today we have the BMW 520i. This is their latest variant that they are offering here in the Philippines for a limited time. I have the key with me now. So it is the new design with the lock on the BMW logo and the unlock button on the sides, trunk release, and your indicator button. This is the all-new generation of the 5 Series. You can see still has that BMW design language to it with the kidney grills, but now it's much more larger. You also have an air curtain, air blade right there on the sides. Beautiful LED headlights with your twin DRLs and signal lights. The grille, I love the design of the grille. There's a nice crease that goes through the length of the hood. Off to the side you can see the classic BMW proportions with the long hood and short rear deck. You have your Hofmeister kink with the 5 logo right there. You also have this nice sharp crease that runs throughout the length of the vehicle. Iconic BMW L-shaped taillights. So you have 520i badging right there, indicating that this has the 2-liter twin-power turbocharged gasoline engine. If you open the trunk, there's a touchpad right here. It is power operated, and you can fold down the seats by these levers right here with a pass-through in the middle. It is very deep inside, and this is the trunk space that you get. And if you flip up this cover right here, you get a spare tire right there, which is very cool and very interesting to see. You also have more storage spaces throughout the trunk. And if you to close the boot, just press this button right there and it closes. Let's hop inside, check out the rear space. Solid door sound. I have a lot of space back here, so there's decent amount of leg room. I have foot room too. Headroom, I have this much. This is the rear seat of the vehicle. You can see some interesting pattern that goes throughout the seat. Center armrest. We have 2 cup holders, and that's it. Sunshades right here. Towards the rear too, there's also a sunshade that goes up with the press of a button on the front. This is the dash of the all-new 5 Series. You can see an expansive iDrive display right there with some cool ambient lighting that goes throughout the cabin. Interesting door design with Harman Kardon speakers. This beautiful speaker grille and more cubbies on the rear door. As with every BMW, the seats are well bolstered even at the rear. You also get 4-zone climate control, wherein the rear passengers can adjust the temperature and fan speed. Close it up. Very solid. Now let's move to the front seat. The door sill is quite high. That is because this is also on the same platform as the i5, which is the all-electric version. Now we are inside the vehicle. Let's close the front door. Very solid door sound closing. Very nice. To start, just have the key inside the vehicle and press the start-stop button with your foot on the brake. Starts up pretty quiet. The NVH is good with this generation of 5 Series. You have an expansive 14.9-inch iDrive display. For the climate control, there's an always-on display right here. So to access it, just press this button right here, and it will take you to your climate menu. There's no shortcut buttons on the dash. You have your air vents right here, where you can adjust it via these toggle switches right here. To adjust wind direction, just toggle this touch capacitive button right there. Hazard lights, front and rear defrosters, wireless charging right here, and another pad for your phone, 2 cup holders. The center console, you have your toggle switch for the gear selector. Flick it down for drive, another one for sport, up once for neutral, twice up for reverse. Start-stop button is right here. Parking brake is a button. This is also your park for the gear selector. You have your auto hold here, parking sensors, driver assistance settings. If you press this button, you have your My Modes, wherein you can choose between personal, sport, efficient, expressive, relaxed, or silent. So there are more options now. You have here your volume control, seek buttons, control wheel for the iDrive, which is nice that they still provide you with haptic feedback right here rather than a full touch screen. You also have shortcut buttons here for your media, telephone, and navigation, your home. Center console right here, nicely padded. And if you push this button, it opens up. Well, actually, it's quite small, but you still get a power outlet and you can store some coins in there too. You have a nice cubby hole right here, trunk release button. You have memory seating right here. This one is to adjust your seat, more settings on the iDrive. So let's go ahead and take it for a drive. Just press the toggle switch right here. The driver gets a leather wrapped 2-spoke steering wheel. It does look futuristic. It is also squared off so that you have more view of the digital gauge cluster. Off to the left of the steering wheel you have your cruise control. Off to the right you have your radio and Bluetooth telephone controls. Steering wheel being square has that flat bottom right here. It does remind me of a steering wheel of an F1 car. We are currently in normal mode and the steering wheel is very light. There's also paddle shifters for the transmission. Upon acceleration, you can hear the 2-liter 4-cylinder doing its job, but it's not a bad sounding vehicle. And you also have start stop, in which you can also turn it off in a setting right here. But yeah, to aid in fuel efficiency, the engine will turn off when you're in traffic. And when you let your foot off the brake, the car immediately starts, although it is a bit noticeable. Switch it to sport mode. When you switch it to sport mode, the seat bolsters will instantly hug you. Put the transmission in sport. We'll hold the revs for you. It's still a joy to drive a 4-cylinder BMW. It feels light. Well, it still feels brisk. Just leave it in personal or the normal mode and it becomes a comfortable cruiser. I like that this car has split personalities wherein you can drive very comfortably, and when you want to get going, just press the sport button and flick the paddle shifters. It will just go, and you also get a nice engine sound out of it too. A very steep incline, and the 5 Series does it with no problems whatsoever. Okay, maybe in personal it still feels brisk. If you want to do it in an efficient, designed for optimized fuel consumption. ride is also very comfortable. Feels like a proper executive sedan. And you get a nice view of the expansive hood on the driver's seat. Visibility throughout is great. You have nice large side view mirrors, and you have a backup camera that comes as standard. Curious with what expressive is like. Now normally in electric like the iX and their electric cars, expressive means that you'll get more intense sound. But since we have an engine, it doesn't really need that artificial sound. And when you choose your mode, you also get this beautiful wallpaper for the iDrive, as well as the driver display. Just goes to show how BMW is taking a step in innovation. Put it in relax. You get minimal display for the driver gauge cluster. It just shows you your speed, and that's it. If you want, you can put it in sport. It just goes, man. Wow. It's crazy. That's wild. It's so fast. Even for a 4-cylinder. This is not the M Sport version, so you would expect much more comfort-oriented shifting. But when you're in sport mode, it still shifts fine. Another interesting feature here is when you put the hazards on, the light bar will also flash like the hazards, but it will also turn off after a while. And the haptic feedbacks here does take time getting used to, because sometimes I can't activate the hazards. You also have your light controls right here for your automatic LED headlights. You have rear fogs. Let's do a horn test. Ooh, that's very premium. Honestly, I think this 520i, even though it's a base variant, this is one of the best value 5 Series that you can get. You get nice build quality, top-notch performance, because this is a BMW. turn off the vehicle and park, just press this P button right here. It's actually the parking brake, but it also doubles as the park brake button for the transmission. Turn off the vehicle, press the start engine stop here, and it's now turned off. Okay guys, that was a POV drive of the BMW 520i. If you're looking for a best value BMW, I think this is the BMW to get because you get this nice package right here. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified once I upload a new video. This has been TJ. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.